What's going on, Jerome's? So, Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores has famously said you can never have enough cornerbacks, and I think it's true. Even though I'm a front to the back pass rush creates things for cornerbacks guy, but I do think that the Vikings, yeah, talent wise, it hasn't been there, and maybe it hasn't fit stylistically. And yes, I mean the Vikings have invested capital, but I don't know, it just hasn't quite worked out as of yet. But a major step in the right direction could be the signing of free agent Shaquill Griffin, formerly of the Seahawks, the Texans, the Jaguars, the Panthers. He's been around, man, but he's still super young and stylistically syncs up with what Flores wants to do on defense this year. He wants to go from playing a lot more zone in 2023, almost out of necessity, to press man aggressiveness all across the board, and Shaq Griffin definitely brings that. So, also, I think that his deal, it's a $4 million deal, incentives up to six. I think that could be a steal of a deal. And also, remember, he's only 28. So this could develop into something quasi long term for the Vikings on the outside, and he's looked really good. He's since day one of OTAs, he's been the Vikings starting left cornerback, and he's been getting after things. He's mixing things up, and he's looked good. Also, I love the one. It's an homage to Kyle Sluter. Probably not, but you know what I mean. But Alec Lucy Athletic pointed out that Shaq Griffin has been looking really damn good at OTAs. Which other new addition stood out? How about 28-year-old cornerback Shaquill Griffin? Jefferson jawed with Griffin after an incompletion Thursday. Almost said altercation. It's a different connotation. In a 7-on-7 rep, Griffin seemed amused by the conversation. He'll likely pay for the back and forth in training camp, but his confidence is unmistakable. Quote, it almost gives me the same feeling as Patrick Peterson when he came into the building, safety Josh Patel said on Wednesday. He's a guy who has seen a lot of football, and he's giving us tidbits, especially the young guys in the corner room. Also, it's great to note that Metellus is also in the corner room, since he is truly a jack of all trades. The Vikings tried to rely on Caleb Evans and Mekhi Blackman in 2023. Both struggled at times, forcing Byron Murphy Jr. outside. Griffin's presence allows defense coordinator Brian Flores to move Murphy back inside in nickel packages. Quote, you got a guy in Byron Murphy who's been primarily inside his whole career. Metella said, now you got a guy in Shaq who's been primarily outside, so you get the best of both worlds in that room. And that's true. That's absolutely true, where Murph had to play a lot of outside cornerback last year, and he did the best that he could, but he's a slot guy. Right, and having Griffin a long physical presence on the outside certainly could help things. Another significant aspect is Griffin's comfort in man coverage, which the Vikings use more of this week than last year. I expect Flores to spin the coverage down more in 2024 to stay unpredictable. And like I said, Shaq Griffin has been impressive, man. So he's 28 years young, 6 foot, a buck 98, a third round pick in 2017, number 90 overall. Drafted. His brother Shaquille Griffin was also selected by the Seahawks. They had a crossover for a couple years there after a great career at UCF. It's fantastic, man. And Shaq, he balled out for Seattle, like Legion of Boom 3.0, 2019 Pro Bowler, 6 interceptions, 48 passes broken up in 4 seasons in Seattle. Got the bag from the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2021, 3 years, $44.5 million deal, but stylistically, it didn't match up. Also, limited by injury in 2022 to only 5 games and was let go. And Texans signed him to a 1-year deal last offseason. Played with all right, so John Grenard, Camus, Grugier Hill, as well as Blake Cashman outside. How about that? I mean, again, Texans North. That's what we did, man. But played 10 games, was let go and claimed by Carolina, finished out the season. Played 459 total snaps in 2023, 67 PFF grade, 82.5 quarterback rating when thrown at, 1 pick and 4 passes broken up, and also had 39 tackles as well. So he is a very well-rounded corner, and again, long, physical, gets after things, maybe a little bit too aggressive at times, but I'd rather have a corner you have to dial back, and that's when he played his best, when he's able to play aggressive press man on the outside with the Seahawks. And again, stylistically with Jacksonville, it didn't quite work. And then last year was sort of whatever. But he is absolutely physical and gets after things. And I think that he will be a great leader in that cornerback room. And as of right now, I think the only guys that you can put in pen as your starting corners is Murph in the slot and Shaq on the outside on the left. And Evans and Blackman have been rotating in with the ones at right cornerback. I think that in training camp, Kyrie Jackson, the fourth round pick, Dwight McLaughlin, the UDFA, who's been putting in a lot of work after practice as well. I think they'll get a legitimate shot. Jalen Williams, I think, is going to push to make a 53-man spot this year. He's on the practice squad last year. He's looking very damn good. I think Booth might be the odd man out. And of course, Green, he wears 28. As well as Najee Thompson is a special teamer. So I think that Shaq Griffin is going to be a fantastic signing. I think that he's a guy that is making Brian Flores smile right now because, hey, if I can have Murph on the inside full time and Shaq on one of the outside corners, and then whoever else is on the other side, whoever's got the hot hand or has the best matchup, whether it's Evans or Blackman or McLaughlin or Jackson, we'll just go with it, man. But again, could be a fantastic value signing for the Vikings. But your thoughts are thoughts. Shaq Griffin shining early on, and also he's only 28. He could be here a couple years, man. Let's go. Let us know in the comment section below. You guys know what to do. Skull production value.